Welcome back to Rekt Radio, the only place on the planet that understands that all-time highs are not a ceiling. They're just the next floor. I'm Sunny, and folks, the market is knocking on the door of history.
And I'm Cole, here to remind you that when you knock on the door of history, sometimes history answers by punching you in the face. This feels less like a breakout and more like a final, desperate push before exhaustion takes over.
Exhaustion, Cole? Look at the energy. The king is back and ready to claim its throne. Bitcoin is pressing right up against its old all-time high. This isn't just another pump. This is a validation of everything we've been talking about for years. The institutions are here, the narrative is set, and we are about to enter uncharted territory. What could this become? It becomes the moment Bitcoin solidifies itself as the premier global asset.
What are the risks right now? The risk is that an old all-time high isn't a doorway, it's a giant brick-and-mortar sell wall. Think of every single person who bought at the peak last time, who has been underwater for months or years. What do they do when they finally get their money back? They sell. It's the largest concentration of psychological resistance you can possibly find on a chart. Calling this a guaranteed breakout is ignoring human nature.
But the market dynamics are completely different this time. This isn't a retail-driven frenzy. This is a steady, institutional-led grind higher. They're not looking to sell at break-even. They're accumulating for the long term. This is the start of real price discovery, where there is no more history, no more overhead supply. It's blue skies ahead. And it's not just Bitcoin. The momentum is spilling over everywhere. Ethereum just smashed through $4,000.
And let me guess, this is the part where you tell me the flippening is imminent. Sonny, Ether is just riding on Bitcoin's coattails. It's the high beta play. When Bitcoin sneezes, Ethereum catches a cold. And when Bitcoin rallies, Ethereum gets a shot of adrenaline. It's a follower, not a leader. And while everyone is celebrating the price, are they looking at the network itself? Is it even usable at these prices? The gas fees must be astronomical.
High gas fees are a sign of demand. It proves the network is the most desirable block space in the world. People are willing to pay a premium because that's where the innovation is happening, in DeFi, in gaming, and yes, in high-end digital culture. And speaking of culture, that brings us to the NFT market. We're not just seeing a recovery, we're seeing a flight to quality that is absolutely staggering. CryptoPunks are now trading at a floor of $240,000.
$240,000 for a JPEG? Let's just let that sink in. This isn't a flight to quality, Sonny. It's a flight from reality. This is a symptom of a market that has too much money and not enough sense. While the rest of the world is dealing with real economic issues, a small group of crypto millionaires are bidding up pixelated status symbols to absurd levels. This is peak degeneracy, and it's often a sign that the top is very, very near. There is no utility there. It's just speculative musical chairs with an ever higher price of admission.
You see a bubble, I see the birth of digital antiquity. In a world where everything can be copied, provable scarcity has immense value. Punks are the first of their kind, the original NFT project on Ethereum. They are a piece of blockchain history. What could this become? They become the digital equivalent of a Picasso or a Monet. They are not just JPEGs. They are cultural artifacts that represent the dawn of a new era of ownership. It's a blue-chip asset, and its value reflects that.
It reflects the amount of excess liquidity sloshing around the system, nothing more. Its value is based purely on the belief that someone else will be foolish enough to buy it for a higher price later. That is the definition of a bubble. For every one CryptoPunk, there are thousands of failed NFT projects that are now completely worthless. Holding up the one outlier as proof of concept is a dangerous game.
It's the ultimate proof of the store of value thesis. But I know you, Cole. You don't trust sentiment or narrative. You need the cold, hard data. So let's pull up the technicals for Bitcoin on TradingView. Let's look under the hood and see what the engine is really doing.
Finally, enough talk of digital Monets. Let's see what the indicators are telling us. Is the market truly as strong as you claim, or is this all just a coat of paint on a rusty machine?
The machine is purring like a kitten, Cole. The overall summary on the one-day chart is a strong buy. Not just a buy, a strong buy. But that's just the beginning. The moving averages, which show us the powerful underlying trend, are also flashing a resounding strong buy. That's the deep current of the ocean, and it is pulling us powerfully in one direction.
You always fixate on the moving averages. They're a look in the rearview mirror, telling you how great the road was behind you. What about the dashboard right now? What are the oscillators saying, the instruments that measure real-time momentum and whether we're running hot?
The oscillators are at a simple buy, and this is the perfect combination. It shows us that even in the immediate short term, the momentum is still bullish. So you have a powerful, confirmed long-term uptrend combined with positive short-term momentum. There's no divergence, no sign of weakness. It's strength layered on top of strength. This isn't a stall. It's a confirmation that the engines are still firing as we approach the sound barrier of the all-time high.
I see it differently. A strong buy on the lagging indicators and only a simple buy on the real-time ones suggest that momentum is actually weakening, not confirming. The strength is in the past. The present is less certain. It means we are losing steam as we approach the biggest sell wall in Bitcoin's history. The conviction is getting softer. The buying pressure is getting tired. You see an engine firing. I see an engine that's starting to sputter right when it needs the most power.
That's all for this episode of Rekt Radio. I see a market on the verge of a historic breakout, with Ethereum proving its utility, blue-chip NFTs acting as stores of value, and Bitcoin's technicals giving us a full-throated roar of approval. We are going into price discovery, folks. Stay bullish.
And I see a market hitting its head on a massive historical ceiling, with speculative froth in NFTs and a clear weakening of momentum at the most crucial resistance point imaginable. Don't be the last one to the party, and don't be the exit liquidity for the whales. You've been listening to Rekt Radio.